DTI was good, baby. Another week down, another week that you're listening to this on hopefully a Thursday when it drops. But if not, whatever day of the week it is, I'm glad that you're back. And if this is your first time, this is where we let our mind explore while we're on the road. That is what daily drive-bys are all about. It's just getting the thoughts off your mind. It's almost like a video form of a journal or something like that. And so we release these episodes every single week. Some weeks are skipped intentionally, not intentionally, but for the most part, we post every single week throughout the entire year. And we got a podcast. Go and check that out with Dylan and I. He's posting updates on his journey in life in his 100-miler prep, so go and watch those. But if you're on our YouTube, you probably saw all of those things. So again, thank you so much for the support. Subscribers are going up, so let's just keep that going because I think our messaging and our branding can reach a lot of people when they see the message that we're preaching about all around just living a happier, healthier lifestyle through the daily habits that you have in place. And having those daily habits in place allow you to live that happier, healthier lifestyle because it truly comes down to the foundation that you have in life and how you're going to persevere through those ups and downs that life throws at us, both expected ups and downs and unexpected ups and downs, because the joy of life is when things are going good, something's going to come in the way that tries to bring you down, or something's going to happen in your professional life that's going to drive you crazy. Something's going to happen in your personal life, your relationship life, your spiritual life. And so how can you stay within this zone when those ups and downs come versus going with the ups and downs with your mood, your energy, your passions, your dreams, your goals, aspirations, all of those different things. And so the daily drive-bys are really here just to let me expand on my mind. I'm on the road a lot, traveling, and I think it's important to document some things, not only for myself to hear, but for others to hear as well, because there's a message and underlying thoughts that we have in our mind, and that's why it's important to journal. But typically the things that we journal about are the things that we hold closer in our hearts and to ourselves. And so this is just my form of content that I like doing on the road when I'm traveling for sales, to get the ideas and thoughts and views out on where life is and where life's going. And we're approaching the end of the year where most people are like, there's only 30 days left. What are you going to do? How are you going to position yourself in 2026? And I'm going to start all these things, and I'm going to form all these new habits in 2026 and start these New Year's resolutions. But the reality is, it's all bullshit. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to those people around you. There are very select few people who go from doing what they are to increasing all of these New Year resolutions or goals in their lifestyle that actually stick to it and actually see it through, so that way they can see the results, and that way they can go after the actual objective or tangible goal that's at hand. And without a solid foundation, you're not able to build anything in life. Literally nothing. The roadways that we drive on, they build a foundation first before they pour the concrete. The house we live in, the buildings we work in, they are all built on a strong foundation to make sure that they do not crumble when we're inside of them or while we're driving on them. And that's the same thing for life, but the way that life positions it is like, oh, do all these different things and they're healthy and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And there's all this information, what's good and what's bad, but what's good is bad and what's bad is good. And so like you don't know where to start because it gets overwhelming. And so you look at all these different areas and perspective of life and you're like, I want to do stuff, but like, I don't even know where to start. And so that's why I think it's important to build that foundation in your lifestyle first, so that way you can build and grow upon it. And so what I mean is like, what are the things that you check off daily to make sure at a minimum you can go with those peaks and valleys and you can remain in this zone instead of going up and down with them? Like, what are the things that you do on a daily basis that propel you in the direction towards the dreams, goals, and aspirations that you have? Or what are you doing that's not propelling you towards those things? I think we focus so much on like the areas that should be propelling us, but there's also areas in our life that we can improve on that aren't propelling us in that direction or pushing us forward to be able to see that end goal or that end dream come to life. And so my question to you guys is like, what does the foundation look like that you're building upon? Do you have one? Or are you just trying a bunch of different things and hoping that something sticks and then it can just build and grow from there? And so I want to challenge you to just open your mind a little bit as we're having this conversation, as that we're talking through things of how can this relate to you in your life, and what can you instill in your lifestyle to be able to make sure that you don't get in a super depressive state, to make sure that you don't fatigue midday, to make sure that you aren't depressed, to make sure that you aren't anxious, to make sure that you aren't stressed out, to make sure that you can communicate better with people. Like, there are so many different things that we can work on in our life to just make things easier. We put so much stress on all of this noise that's going around in life and that's going on. Got to ignore that call. They're interrupting a very important message. But we put all this stress on things, the financial stress, the relationship stress, the new job stress, the old job stress, the kids and the lifestyle that you have to live with them and taking them places, and all these different things, the government and the world and the crime. And there's so much noise at our fingertips with these phones, with our TVs, with the people around us having such loud opinions that ultimately we wouldn't care about, but they're vocalizing them, and so we put our insight in, and then it leads to one thing and another. And so, like, one of the biggest things in this foundation that I'm talking about to be able to build and grow upon is, like, how are you taking time for yourself in your life to better yourself, to then better those around you? And so, like, think of it from a relational standpoint. Like, I usually think of it as like a physical standpoint because most people can conceptualize that, but think of it from a relational standpoint. You might have arguments with your significant other. You guys might have disagreements. You guys might not agree on everything. You guys might agree on some things, but there might be things that just drive you crazy about them. And those things can more than likely be worked out if you are being that asset to them that they deserve, or that they are looking for when they don't even know that they're looking for it. And what I mean by this is, and I keep saying what I mean by this is because I want to take the onion and then peel back the layers. And so I'm putting the onion around it, but then I'm peeling it back so that way you can envision what I'm talking about. And so, like, often we get complacent in life. Everything's going, the motions are going, everything like that. Like, life ain't bad, but life ain't good. Life ain't busy, but life ain't, like, slow. Life isn't easy, but it's not hard. But there's just things in life that, like, we want to go after and we want to do. But are you really showing up for yourself in order to go after that and in order to go do that? And then I bring up the relationship thing because then you look at it from an extension, where it is very easy to be like, oh, I wish they did this more. I wish they communicated this way better. I wish that they were focused on this, or I wish they had a drive and passion to go after X, Y, or Z. But do you have a drive or passion that you're going after? Are you waking up in the mornings and taking care of yourself first before you're taking care of anything else? Are you focusing on your problems and the things that you have to work on first before you can look at other people and judge them for what they are or aren't doing? And so I think about this both in a relationship and a friendship. Like, our expectations for people keep rising. I want more, or I need them to do this, or I wish they communicated this way, or I wish that they were striving for something. But are you that influence in their life that is going to motivate them to go after those things, to push after those things, to look out of the scope that they're looking at now, to be like, you know what? I see that consistency that Freddie's doing, so it's going to motivate me to be more consistent. And I look at it and I think this is extremely important because this is something that Lo and I do very, very well in my eyes, is we are constantly challenging each other to be better, both mentally, physically, professionally, personally, business-wise. Like, there is so many things that her and I are pushing each other to do outside of just standard expectations or things in life. And so, like, if I didn't wake up every single morning and go and work out, do you think that, and this is who she is, so it probably would be this case because then she would motivate me, but if you're working out every single day and your partner isn't, they're going to see you doing that. They're going to see your energy. They're going to see your mindset. They're going to see your passion. They're going to see your drive. They're going to see your willingness. They're going to see all these things that are coming as a benefit from you prioritizing yourself and working out, that they're going to be like, you know what? I want that feeling too. Man, they always sleep really good. Man, they're really happy all day. Man, they don't need to take a nap every single day. Man, they're not groggy. Man, they don't like snip at people. Because working out leads to all those different things. I know people think that, like, just physical appearance is why you should work out. It's not. Physical appearance in terms of working out is the last on my list of why I do it. All of the other things is because it keeps my mind sharp. It keeps me from not crashing every single day. It keeps me happier. It keeps me more diligent. It keeps me more awake. It makes me help analyze and view things differently and more abstractly. There's so many benefits outside of that because, again, you're exerting energy. You're challenging yourself. And when you challenge yourself, you grow. And so that's just one area that you can challenge yourself to be like, you know what? I'm going to give it my all today. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to put in the work. And then after that, I'm going to go on to the next thing. And so that's one thing that Lo and I do well is like if we get into a funk where we're like, I don't feel like working out, we see the other one working out and we're like, I need to go back out there. And we'll motivate each other, not use it as a tool or a weapon to be like, oh, I wish you were out. No, lead by example. Another thing too is like, how are you striving to be more, to want more, to do more in life? Creating a business. Lo and I are both doing that. We can bounce ideas off of each other. We think that we know it all in the lane that we're in, but we challenge each other to think differently. If I think one thing is good, she might say, well, what if you think about it this way? Or what if that doesn't work? And then it gets me thinking and it's like, okay, interesting. And I might not always agree and I might not always see her side of it at first, but it all comes full circle because you need people challenging you, both mentally, physically, spiritually, relationshiply, all of those different things. And so I'm asking you to truly think about not only how is your foundation built and what are the things that you're doing to be able to conquer those peaks and valleys, but what are you doing for others around you to lead by example, to lead from the front, so that way it motivates them. Because what goes around comes around, and if you can give somebody the perspective and the mindset to just go after and be more and do more, then they're more willing to grab a hold of that, and then they're going to do that for you when it's hard to. And so I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong, and I'm not saying that, you should be doing whatever it is, because I can't tell you what you can and can't do. But what I can tell you that you should do is have that foundation in your life, that no matter those ups and downs, you stick to it. Because if you check the boxes on those things every single day, it's going to lead you in the direction that you want to go. And the more traction you build up and the more discipline you have, everything else starts falling in place. But you can't look around and expect things from others. You can't look around and expect others to stop living their life to meet your needs. That's not what life is about. Be the asset in people's lives that they need. Be the asset in the world that this world needs in order to be more, do more, and conquer more. So going into this new year, don't be like, oh, I got all these New Year's resolutions. Have goals, dreams, and ambitions, and then step back and be like, what can I implement in my day-to-day life that I can check off every single day that is working towards each one of those buckets? And when you can start visualizing that, you'll be able to start achieving and reaching it. And if you have trouble and you've started and stopped, reach out to us. That's what our community is all about. That is what our community is all about, is holding each other accountable to go after our mental, physical, spiritual, financial goals, so that way we can keep growing in life and reaching those things that we want to in this world. And so as Dylan and I grow and build this DTI brand and the Inspire community and stuff, we're looking for feedback all the time. How can it be better? How can it be more? And are we perfect? Hell no. Are there things that we can do? Hell yes. So how are we going to do that? So that way we can impact more people. And then those people impact people that bring them in. And then this train just keeps taking itself, and that snowball is just, it's building so big that nobody can stop it. Because when nobody can stop you, nobody can stop the things that you're going after, the visions or the goals or the dreams and ambitions that you have. A lot of you aren't leading from the front. A lot of you are expecting people to grab a hold of you and pull you up when times get hard. When times are good, you expect them to hold you up there and praise you and cherish you. But don't hold people back from living their life. Live yours and watch how everybody else's life, including yours, just grows and flourishes so much bigger than what it could and should be. It's about changing expectations. And when you don't have expectations on people and you put those expectations on yourself, stress goes away, worry goes away, anxiety goes away, depression goes away. And that's when you start winning at life. So going into 2026, figure out how you can build that foundation in your lifestyle and in those around you to continue to elevate, to continue to build, to continue to be more and do more. There's pieces to the puzzle, but you can be the puzzle if you hold yourself accountable. That's all I have for y'all today. Have the desire to inspire. Go out there, live your dream life, build the foundation that you can build and grow upon, so that way you can not only impact yourself, but others around you. Go out there and be more and do more, man. You're meant to make an impact on this world. You're meant to live your life. Enjoy it. It's short. I love y'all. That's all I got for you. It's on.